All right. Let's see here. And we are live. Gentlemen, welcome once again, everyone. What's happening in the video world? All my video viewers out there, my Dub V's as I like to call you. Welcome once again to the channel that's bringing you complete entertainment all rolled up in one. What channel might that be? Well, you know what? I'm glad you thought it, or at least thought about asking. That channel I'm referring to is the one and only one, DJBlongstudio.com. All right, now you might say, what's so different about this channel? Well, let me tell you, let me break it down to you like this. This channel, and I say to you that the difference is actually going to be you and you and you and all y'all out there that might be listening and want to tune in and listen. Okay, you going to be the difference. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a variety of topics, current topics, including music, sports, domestic, and worldwide social events. Also, we're going to talk a little bit, well, not today, but eventually this channel we will get into some politics and some religion and as well as relationships. Just to mention a few things that we're going to chat up and chop it up about. Now, right now, really, what we all about here all about entertaining and enlightening you in various ways, all under one umbrella. And what umbrella is that? That umbrella of DJ B Long Studio. And today's feature will be Sports Fanatics. I got some of the craziest sports fans, the superstar sports podcasters coming up in the industry right about now. And we're gonna bring them on, and we're gonna actually allow them to introduce themselves as we go along. All right. First up, we got the one and only Big Buddha. Big Buddha, what's up?
What's good? What's
Bring
good?
Bring it.
Hey, I'm ready to do it. We're going to do a lot of things today, y'all. We're going to hit all the main topics that was going on in sports today. But before I go any further, I want to enlighten the viewers out there. I'm from a different side of the show. I'm from a mixed music show. My show on Twitch is on BIGBUDD as in Delta Dog Apple Henry 654 on Twitch. That's right. My name is Big Buddha 654, and I play everything from Dembo, African beats, booty shaking, old folk, you name it. I get
Wait a minute. Hey, listen. Listen. You're coming in on here with a shameless plug, and it ain't a 30-second plug. You got a 30-minute plug.
No,
What's going on here, man? I'm gonna charge you for that time. I was saying, you know what I'm saying?
I want you said from a different. I want to know who I was. That's why I'm no rookie to online, and I got and the beautiful thing about this, I'm on there with my best friends, and we're gonna give you what we do all day, real facts. And I want to just endorse Tricky Nicks. He will be the X Factor because he agrees almost to nothing. Oh my God, we got to show for y'all. We got to show for y'all. You're going to see the whole change when dynamic change when Tricky Nick go in there and tell us to be quiet because he got the facts. I'm just excited for Tricky Nicks to get in my ass about something he think I don't know. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Say the challenge is on, Tricky Nicks. He put you on blast right quick and stuff. He say you don't agree with nothing and stuff. So that's great. But listen, understand it's all about your opinion. You don't have to agree with it or disagree with it, but it's opinion, and nobody can tell you your opinion is right or wrong. I mean, it's all about you, Tricky Nicks. What you gonna bring to the table, Trick?
Hey, I don't know, but I don't know what that cat talking about, man. But like you say, I'm gonna bring the facts though. Listen, the fanatic. No, I'm not, man. I'm a fan, but I'm gonna tell it like it is. As you can see, man, I love them mullets. I love them Dolphins. Hold on, what Dolphins are? I love them mullets. But listen, man, when they bad, they bad. When they good, I'm gonna give them credit. So yeah, when it comes to the Miami Heat, the Miami Dolphins, the Miami Hurricanes, oh yeah, we're gonna bring the truth, man. We're gonna bring the facts and we're gonna tell it like it is. So I'm glad to be on here with you guys, man. Glad to be on it.
Well, good. It's good. Listen, we're glad to have you here. Like I said, man, this is all about enlightening, entertaining, and education and stuff. It's how we try to roll. And if you got to have a sense of humor about yourself too. You can't take yourself too serious and stuff. We know how that can go, but definitely we want to bring some humor to the show. And you guys want to plug in. plug in. You want to be animated? Be animated. Just don't drop your jaws and stuff and get and move nobody. Let's say we ain't going that far.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So with that being said, first off, we definitely gonna get into the mother thing. But first topic, hottest thing we got going on right about now here in the MIA is if you haven't noticed, unless you've been sleeping on the moon or under a rock or something, that little spout that UD, Jimmy Butler, and Spoelstra. What was that all about? I mean, you know what I'm saying? What was that all about?
Let me open the floor on that. Because I did my research. That's about, I don't need the book for this. That's about making clear some few facts that Jimmy Butler have not been exposed to or don't believe he wanted to adhere to. Let me tell you something. I did a research. I told you yesterday I was going to research. Jimmy Butler is a very, very talented ball player. But unfortunately, he's not that talent where you can make him a superstar. Miami is putting too much into him, making him a superstar. He's not. He can't carry a team on his back. He can't handle that persona of being the main guy. That's not his game. He is a support mechanism. If you don't believe me, ask the Milwaukee Bucks. Ask the Chicago Bulls. Ask what other team he was with. Oh, I wrote it down. Who was that? Now,
Minnesota. He was with Minnesota.
Yeah, right. I mean, Minnesota,
Chicago,
and Philadelphia.
And Philly, right.
Now, nobody complaining about his gameplay. They complain about that mouth. That mouth in the locker room. See, what I learned, UD, his role is very simple. He takes the minimum. He plays 40 minutes a year, and all he do is to be the bodyguard and enforce the culture of the Miami Heat. So when Jimmy went down there and was talking, see, I read the lips. I looked at that video at least 20 times. I read the lips or how they talk. That's how I do right now. I read lips because of my condition. And what happened was Jimmy told Spoelstra he was nothing. He'll whoop his ass.
That's what he told him.
He said, "You nothing, I'll whoop your ass." Now, if you understand something, you got to ask yourself, what would make Eric Spoelstra take a clipboard and throw it at the feet of another player? I've been watching Eric Spoelstra since he came to the Heat. He never got that mad. Even with LeBron, he never got that mad. So something that boy said pissed him off, so he was out of character. Now, what happened was, what you didn't pay attention to, when him and Butler was going into it, UD stepped in and did his job.
Right. UD, he's been the enforcer ever since Zoe retired. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yeah, and what UD told him very simple. He said, "I'll whoop your ass. I'll fuck you up. I'll bounce every goddamn wall in here." And you know what? Butler got his ass up. You understand me?
Well, you know what? Hey, listen, Butler, I don't think Butler no punk or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? He is from Chicago, so he might have a little toughness in him, because you're from the 305 don't make you the baddest man on the planet, you know what I mean?
No, but I'm going to leave this comment to y'all. It don't make him the baddest man, but it make him the man, because I'm going to tell you right now, he's endorsed by Pat Riley, and if something jump off, who holds the job? Butler or Udonis? That's what it means. That's when Butler realized he was not bigger than this franchise. I'll leave it to y'all.
Well, listen, I say this. I think after I had this conversation the other day too, I think when you get a man saying what UD said to him, "I'll beat your ass. Let's go back there behind us. Let's go back there in the back, and I'll beat your ass." When a guy says something like that, it's been something that's been building up. So I don't take it lightly. I don't think it was just this one incident. I think it was something that had been festering inside UD about Jimmy Butler that got to that point to where when he gets mad, because the first thing about men, we go to arguing, we say what we're going to say, and we might get heated and we might debate our calls, but to the point to where I'll beat your ass, let's go back there in the back, Let's go back to the backup. It's been something that's been festering, and that's what he wanted to say for a long time. So I'm not sure what it is, but I think the indictment on Jimmy Butler, and I heard Shannon Sharpe say this, is that seems like he has this type of personality that wears thin. Like, he wore his welcome out in Minnesota. He wore his welcome out in Chicago. Then he wore his welcome out in Philadelphia. And now it's apparent that he wore his welcome out with Heat. And I was reading something today where they said they spoke to Jimmy Butler agent last night because he was at the game. And he said, we looking forward to June. Now that seems to me like they look like they've had a conversation that, hey, we're going to get rid of you in June. You're going to be traded, because the playoffs going to happen now. So we're talking about getting it to April and May. But his agent say we're looking forward to June. Don't know what that means, or didn't know what he meant by that. But it just seems as though Jimmy Butler time in Miami is over. And I agree with Big Buddha. I think the man is overrated. And one thing that seems to be the thing with Pat Riley is he has a propensity to overplay players or over-evaluate players. When we get out of one bad situation with the money or the cap, he seems to automatically put us right back into another bad situation. Jimmy Butler to me is grossly overpaid. The guy Kyle Lowry is grossly overpaid. Duncan Robinson grossly overpaid. You know what I'm saying? So he just seems, when we get out of one situation, he seems to put us right back because he overvalues or over-evaluate the players that's currently on the Heat roster. So yeah, but as it pertains to Jimmy Butler, I think his time in Miami is over. And I'm with Big Buddha too. I think if he's your number one option, you're not winning a championship. If Jimmy Butler's your number one option, you're not.
Well, other than him, who would you put on that team or say that's on that team can probably push you further than what Jimmy Butler might be able to give you. But keep in mind now, this regular season, these boys playing ball, they got all these cats playing ball in regular season. But we saw what Jimmy Butler did with the Lakers when they was in the bubble. He was a one-man wrecking crew. Jimmy Butler was going toe-to-toe with LeBron. In some cases, he was outplaying LeBron. So that toughness, I think he bring the Heat. To me, the Heat is not a tough team, a physical team, and that's what's going to get them in the playoffs, and that's what's going to slow them down. Well, they can shoot the ball, but we already know they already showed that you can shut Duncan down. You just stay on him. You make him put the ball on the floor. Tyler Hero has surprised me about that team. He's gotten better. Now that boy's he's got a good game, but he don't play no defense.
Right. And go ahead, Buddha. I see you want to say them.
I had to take my glasses off because I was amazed that you even mentioned who can we fall back on that team. Well, let me tell you something. That goes what I was trying to tell you. Butler is overrated. Now, let me tell you what I've noticed. Butler wants the game to facilitate through him. Watch when he's on the court. I studied him. And what the Heat did yesterday proved my point. They was winning the game. Butler went on the bench, and the Knicks came back. And when Butler got back in the game, they couldn't stop him. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is the old LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Kobe, Jokey, all these guys can come back in the game, capture the momentum, and put a team through. Jimmy was unable to do that. And I think if the Heat plays much better when they're running team basketball, that's when Tyler Hero is dangerous, playing team basketball. The reason why Duncan Robinson have not been effective the last 4 or 5 games because he was then facilitated basketball, running through offense through a guy who's not a superstar. Now, I'll challenge Nixon to look at one thing, because I know Nixon is very thorough. Look at the numbers when Jimmy Butler was not playing when he was out and when the Heat was winning. Look at the numbers and look at the numbers when Jimmy Butler's in, and that'll answer your question. The problem is you run the game through Jimmy Butler, and we don't have those superstars. We have a team. We made it in the bubble last year because everybody had a night to stand up. We don't have no one dominant player. We don't have no one dominant player. This is structured on team basketball. We lost a very bad game last night against a team with no superstars.
And you can't blame that on Jimmy Butler. You tried to blame that on Jimmy Butler. That wasn't his fault.
No. Listen, here's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not about Jimmy Butler. I'm going to tell you right now, as far as I'm concerned, I agree with Nixon. Jimmy just wanted to see can he get a ring and make his stats look good to make him marketable for his next team. But here's the question, right? The Heat lost 4 games. Why? Here's the question I'm going to ask y'all. Why losing these games? But here's the bigger question. Why are they losing the game in the fourth quarter to young ball players? Young ball players, not superstars. These guys are averaging 20 points and they under 25 years old. From Poole, Maxey, and the guy from last night. What's the name of last night? Kira, I think his name was. Why? I have the answer, but let y'all tell it.
Well, listen. One of my biggest complaints always has been about Eric Spoelstra is that his substitution patterns, right? I've never agreed with his rotations, right? I think a lot of times when you see the Heat are successful, and I hate to say it, is that when they have injuries and certain players are not accessible to Spoelstra. So what it does, that somewhat dictates his rotation. He's not allowed, to be able to do the things he want to do. And because of injuries, then he's forced to do the things that he has to do. And I think a lot of times that plays in his benefit because now you see guys get more minutes. Then there's a certain structure to how he rotates players. There's a certain method to it every week or every day. Whenever they play, they know, okay, I'm going to get this amount of minutes because this player isn't available. I'm going to get this amount of minutes because this player isn't available. But when the team is completely healthy, you have guys like Matt Strus, the other young point guard. I forgot his name. I keep forgetting his name. I don't know why.
Vincent?
Yeah, Vincent, right? Yeah. When the team is fully healthy, these guys are DNPs, did not play. So they go from playing 20 minutes to not playing at all when the team is fully healthy. And I think that inconsistency impacts, especially young players like you're talking about, like Matt Strus, Omar Yurtsevic, you're talking about Gabe Vincent, and these other players. I think young players need some sort of rhythm in order to, especially when they're traveling on the road. They may be a little bit more comfortable at home, but when they're traveling on the road, they need a little bit more rhythm and an idea. Okay, well, I'm going to be the 6th man off the bench, the 7th man, 8th man. I'm coming in at this particular time. But when the team is fully healthy, they don't know when they're going to play. And that's been my criticism about Spoelstra for years now. And it's not, for me, it's not a coincidence that when Oladipo comes back, when the twin boy, the other twin, the guy Marcus Morris comes back, right? And when these players come back, now the Heat is on this losing streak because now he has to make the adjustments on who plays what minute, who comes in, what situations. And I knew for a fact that when the team got healthy, there was going to be this transition. And I think that's Spoelstra's weakest point. I think he may be a hell of a motivator. I don't think he's as much of a defensive genius as everybody makes him out to be. But I think as far as being a motivator, I think he may be that. I think he can articulate a point well to the team. But I think his biggest weakness is his substitution patterns. And I think right now with this losing streak, that happened when everybody got healthy, and now these guys don't know when they're going to play and things like that. So I think that's exactly what's going on.
I think you looked at my book when the show was in the back room. That's why I left it open for you. That's why I said Jimmy Butler is not that guy. His team ball. And you read my book. I'm gonna put the paper down because I don't know how you read my notes, but I was saying.
That's been my criticism of Spoelstra for years, man.
I took your criticism. I took your criticism last night and put it in here. I said Benny was a genius. He's a genius. Nixon is a genius because This man never, when he had Bosch, Wade, and everybody, he could not put the right thing together. The Heat play. That's why I mentioned when the Heat was playing good when the young boy was in there. Those hungry boys, he got them on the bench cheerleading.
That's
He got them on the bench cheerleading. The worst thing happened to us, the older guys got healthy. Now we don't have that desire. We don't have that impact on the court.
Right.
He was right. Nixon stole my.
Right. And I say this, one of my, and that's my biggest criticism, because let's go back to 2010 when LeBron came to Miami, right? LeBron came to Miami so he wouldn't have to do everything like he had to do in Cleveland, right?
Right.
But lo and behold, when he came to Miami, he still had to do everything. And for me, that's an indictment on Spoelstra. You know, you got Chris Bosh, you got Dwayne Wade, and LeBron comes here, and he still has to do everything, right, in order for the Heat to win. So he gets all the blame, all the criticism. You know, and Spoelstra gets all the credit for when they win. And then, and I'm gonna give you a perfect example. When LeBron went back to Cleveland, LeBron wasn't taking the most shots on the team. It was Kyrie Irving. You understand what I'm saying? When LeBron went to the Lakers and they won the championship, it was Anthony Davis.
And
AD, right? But when he was with Miami with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, he had to lead the team in scoring. He had to lead the team in steals. He had to lead the team in assists. He had to lead the team in rebounds. He had to do everything. But for some reason, Spoelstra is giving credit for such a good job that he did in Miami when LeBron had to do everything. So I understood why he got pissed off and left, because I left Cleveland, so I didn't have to do everything. But I came to Miami. In order for us to win 2 out of 4, I had to lead the league in almost every statistical category. But he didn't have to do that when he went back to Cleveland. He didn't have to do that when he went back when he went to the Lakers. So I think that for me, Spoelstra is a question mark. You know, Pat Riley, they give say Pat Riley is a great genius and GM, but I question that also. You know, I question that also. You know?
I don't.
Oh man, you question the Pat? You question the Pat too?
Pat.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
No. Now here's the thing. I love the way Nixon spoke. He spoke really to the point. And he's actually holding accountability where it belongs at the top of the mantle. So I think what Nixon is saying has at least 70% value, because Spo made a great friendship with Pat Riley. So Riley don't want to cut his neck off. I'm agreeing with Nixon on that, because we have talked about Spoelstra substitution package so long before this show have even started. My God, we were like, I remember the argument we had. He just do dumb shit. I can't remember all of it, but my God, I know he do dumb shit. And he did it last night. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Last night. When the Heat started, he waited till the damn team catch up and their momentum is up. They want to bring Butler back in. Bad coaching. When you see it as the moment, you bring a man back in and break the rotation.
Well, remember they had a big lead. They had a 15-point lead, so he was trying to maybe rest some of them vets, get something like y'all say, get some of them young boys out there that's already get them some minutes. They had a 15-point lead or something like that, and so he sat Butler, a couple of, I think one of the other veterans, because Marquise played a little bit last night too. But with that type of lead going into the third, fourth quarter, giving them young boys that's been playing, they've been getting minutes, so it ain't like they're green. So they couldn't hold the lead. And that's why I say that young team, regular season, thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. But playoffs, we already know who win in the playoffs. Listen, it ain't no young boys. It ain't the young boys.
But I think
let me tell you.
Now I want to say the problem is, Bingo, and what Ace was kind of saying earlier, it's a reason Miami catch hell with Cleveland, right? They catch hell with young teams. Miami is not a very athletic basketball team. They're not. You talking about what the guy is that plays power forward for them?
Talking about the shooter?
No, the guy that came from Milwaukee last year. He used to play for Houston.
Oh! You're talking about shoot. Damn, I can't.
The bald head guy.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I can't think of his name, man, right off the top. But I know you're talking about.
What team? What team?
He
He
played
played
with
with
the
the
Heat.
Heat.
He played with the Heat.
Not Deadman.
No.
Devin Center.
No, the power forward. I forgot his name, but if you look at Duncan Robinson, he's not athletic, right? Even Kyle Lowry, he's not athletic, right? The Miami Heat is not an athletic basketball team. So they catch hell with young athletic teams. Guys just run around. It's the reason they caught hell. They keep on saying, well, what happened with them with Golden State the other night?
Yep.
Golden State had young athletic kids that was running around. They caught hell with, like you say, even though they go up with New York, but they have a hard time sustaining leads or competing with young athletic teams. Miami have very good young players. And to your point, you're right. They may not be ready for the playoffs, but if you don't play them, you're not going to never get them ready for the playoffs either.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not going to get them ready because you need young athletic people to go up against young athletic. We keep talking about this zone that they implemented when they was in the bubble. Yeah, that caught everybody off guard. It ain't catching everybody. It's not catching off anybody off guard anymore. We know they got the number one record in the East. Go ahead.
You made a great point. The young athletic teams, like the Knicks, a struggling team, they realize run these guys, run them. Because the Heat is so busy trying to run down and play a set defense. So what they was doing, I watched them. They would run down court with them, and while the Heat was trying to set up, they're scrambling because they're not set. I'm going to tell you a perfect example. I used to play Madden on Madden, right? And the people used to try to set their nano blitz up. And when I hike the ball, I catch them because they wasn't set. So what's happening is the Heat,
with the quick snap, huh?
Yes. So what the teams are doing, they're putting the young people in, run the court, before they can set their defense and catch a man open. That's why the Heat is catching hell. That's why I was able to tell you. Poole from Golden State, the young boy last night from the Knicks, and then the other game they lost was the Philadelphia 76ers. They're losing them games because they're running them and they realize they playing a set ball game. Now, when the Heat set, you can't beat them. But now when they set, you can beat them. Here's the point that I don't want to bash Eric Spoelstra, but I got to bash him when he's wrong, according to what Nixon say. Here's the point. You have what the biggest argument Nixon taught me years ago. Spo has no counter. He has no counter ability. This is why we didn't like him. We didn't like him because when somebody make an exchange or a substitution or change the game plan, he is unfucking resourceful. He is dead like a dead in the headlights. He guaranteed he hit. The question is,
Benny,
gonna get his up.
You done kill a foot-long sub in 3 bites, boy. God damn, you making me hungry over here, boy. Where you going in on whatever that is you going in on.
I got 2 dogs. I got 2 dogs over here, man. I'm ready. I'm hungry, boy.
Oh boy, look at you. We're gonna have to put you in that hot dog swallowing contest where you put them down.
I was looking. I don't want to say that. I'm like, God damn. He don't hide the mango.
I should have switched the camera off him and stuff.
Yeah, you should have switched. Hey, that was Big O got to learn how to. Bingo got to learn how to operate that damn board back there, man. You got to turn the camera off when you see what's going in.
This is kind of shit you won't see on ESPN. This is motherfuckers that's watching. You're gonna be cracking up. They be like, "Damn, he swallowed those things and stuff." They were Tic Tacs and shit.
Them over there hungry, boy. He can't wait after the show. He hungry, goddamn.
I'm telling you. Listen, you guys got some excellent points, man. And listen, the Heat story. I mean, maybe they are like Herm said. No, that wasn't Herm. That was Dennis. The coach that said who we thought they were. That was what's his name? The football coach.
Dennis. Dennis Green.
Dennis Green.
Yeah.
And really, he is shaking out to be who we thought they were. They lead in the division. vision, but like you said, I agree with you guys. Butler's not an all-star. Butler's a complimentary all-star. He's not the man that's going to carry your team, but he's what they got. He's the closest thing they got that can carry that team. Nobody else can. Bam, I've been waiting for Bam. Bam is athletic. I like Bam's game,
Bam,
and I think he.
But listen, if Bam is the third best player on your team, you're okay. But if Bam is the second or first best player on your team, you have issues. And the thing with Jimmy Butler is Jimmy Butler is not a natural scorer. You know what he is? He's a try-hard kid. He's gonna outwork everybody. He's gonna get putbacks, layups. He's gonna make hustle plays. He's a try-hard, but he's not a natural scorer of the ball.
You know what, Benny? That's what they say about my boy, the GOAT. He ain't a natural scorer. He ain't a scorer, but he gets ready to lead. The GOAT, the only one, the real GOAT, the one that's still playing, the one that's still playing.
Who, LeBron?
Hell yeah! But we'll talk about that a little bit later. But anyway, he ain't a scorer. But his man finna lead the league all-time history in scoring, but he ain't a scorer.
Absolutely.
But to your point, you're right. Butler, I think. Riley screwed that up when he let LeBron get out of there. And LeBron, LeBron and Spoelstra didn't get along. That wasn't no secret.
Right.
It wasn't no secret. And they didn't want to actually accommodate some of LeBron things that he does. Riley, like you said, with Riley, and Riley said to the day he regret that move, because think about it, LeBron had won 2 championships since he left Miami. They haven't even sniffed it. Well, they got in the championship, but they got beat by LeBron. So, but Riley been trying to fix that for the longest, man. But right now, it looks like no superstar. Because Jimmy Butler, like you said, he's not a superstar. But no superstar want to come to Miami. They're not coming to Miami.
They're not.
You know what I'm saying?
And the thing to get them to come, and the problem is because Spoelstra is your coach. And another thing, I heard your guy say this. The guy used to play for San Antonio. Steven Jackson, that's his name.
Yeah, Steven Jackson.
And he said about the players in the league, they look at Spo as being overrated. He say, hell, anybody could have won and should have won with Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and got them in LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? He said you don't get an award for that. You don't get an award. He said so. A lot of basketball players, while the media hype Spo up, they say behind closed doors, the players don't look at Spoelstra as being that great of a player. And I think that you can validate that because in order for the Heat to get good players, they have to overpay. Like literally, they paid a 35-year-old, the guy that came from Toronto,
Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry, $37 million a year, man.
Yeah,
$37 million a year. Jimmy Butler. Look at what they paid Jimmy Butler for the type of player for a try-hard kid. Like, look, Jimmy Butler has never been in the top 5 in scoring, top 5 in rebounds, top 5 in any of that. What do they pay these players to get them to come to Miami? You know?
Nobody wants. That's the only way you're gonna get them. You get rid of Jimmy. You get rid of Jimmy. Bingo, you gotta learn to cut that camera because he is getting that sandwich. I'm hungry, man. I'm about to get the fuck up, man. I can't take this shit. I cannot take this shit here, boy. God damn. My stomach is burning.
Hey, God damn, boy. Hey, I thought he was finished. He ain't finished.
Hey, listen, man.
He's knocking that one down.
Hey, I watch your boy the Play White Brandon Marshall show. I Am Athlete. Hell, they eating full course meals on his show. Talking sports. They eating full course meals on that show talking sports, man. Drinking liquor and everything.
Yeah, you're right. They eat real good on them shows. But listen, we unfortunately we can't have no sirloin beef. We gotta go with the
well, don't knock me for eating my hot dog.
Yeah, exactly. What they call them? Beef steaks, beef cube steaks, or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's true, man. And I say, like I said, we done transcended into kind of beating up on Spoelstra a little bit. But again, it just basically putting the spotlight on the Heat right now, and I think they're gonna fall where they really supposed to be because Milwaukee's coming. Now speaking of Milwaukee, we got Brooklyn. Vaccine mandate has been lifted in New York. But now Kyrie's able to play in Brooklyn. So
They
I
better
don't know.
fall. They better fall. It'll be over in the first round if they pull Brooklyn. They better fall.
I'm gonna tell you something. Funny, Nixon said that. I was just ready to say. I remember I learned this technique. I watched it in New England. They were trying to fall in the position to play a team where they knew they had the advantage. I wouldn't be surprised if the Heat realized, shit, you know what? We better be careful we play in the first round. We ain't playing short ball. Now, this is how I'm going to answer that question. Tonight, the Heat will beat Brooklyn by 5-7 points. They will beat them. Because the Heat want to play the worst team in the goddamn league. So they're going to beat Brooklyn. They're going to beat Brooklyn tonight. Because I'm going to tell you how they're going to beat them. I think Victor and Hero are going to play tonight. Alexa, who's the starting five for the Miami Heat tonight in the game?
And remember, they're coming off a back-to-back, too. So, but again, they deep enough. Like you said, I mean, I always kind of doubted Spoelstra stuff, too, man. I always doubted him as well. And but I thought he did a good year, did some good coaching in the last 2 years. But what did Alexa say? She don't know?
Oh, I was listening to you. Wait a minute. I was listening to your ass. God damn it. I was listening to your ass. I'm the hell.
Yeah, but
Alexa, who the Heat played in the Brooklyn Nets tonight? Who's the starting lineup for the Heat?
New Jersey Nets players are Phil Ford, Derek Coleman, Eric Williams, Marcus Williams.
Man, they telling us the whole Nets roster, man. Alexa confused over there.
I'm telling you, he did it for the Heat, didn't he?
Who was that?
Yeah, she giving you the whole Nets roster.
Listen, Alexis don't be listening to Mugs, man. She tripping too.
No,
listen, but I think right now, listen, I'm not gonna say the Heat in a crisis right now, but I think they because right now, what Kyle Lowry giving you right now isn't much. I'm just gonna be honest with you. What he giving you isn't much right now, and they need Tyler Hero scoring off the bench. They literally need a scoring off the bench. He's the one pure. He's the right now. He's the only pure scorer that they have. I think Duncan Robinson is a pure shooter. Matt Strus is a pure shooter. But as far as pure score right now, Tyler Hero is Tyler Hero.
The main reason for that, because Tyler Hero, the people you just named, and you can go up and down, they'll know some of them is young ball, but Tyler Hero is the only one that can break you down off the dribble and get his own shot. Tyler Hero can get his shot at any time. Those other guys, they can't. They get catch and shoot. Tyler Hero can break you down and get a shot. And he can hit
and as good as Tyler Hero is, I say this: if Tyler Hero is your number one player, your best player on your team, you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because Tyler Hero is a damn good basketball player, but like Shaq says, he's not a number one. Like, put Tyler Hero out there, let him be your number one for the whole season, where teams actually game plan and focus on him. Tyler Hero won't carry you to no damn Eastern Conference Championship. He's not that type, but he's a very good player. I would say this with what's the team is that your boy came from, the Trailblazers. I think they just traded
Lillard.
No, not the other guy, the one they just traded to the Warriors.
McCullough.
I think he could be your CJ McCullough. I think that's the type of player he is. I think he can be your CJ McCullough. I think you put a number one with him. Like I said, if you had Bradley Beal with Tyler Hero, I think Bradley can get off, and Tyler Hero still get to 20, 23 points a game at the same time. I think that's the type of player he is. Your number one go sit down. I think he can carry you for a couple minutes, so your number one get back in. But to say that he's your best player on your team, I don't think that's not Tyler Hero. I don't think he can.
What?
If
Tyler Hero start the game, which I know he's going to start, they're going to win that game because what Nixon said, and proving my point, nobody game plan for Tyler Hero. So he's the unaccounted X factor, and that's our edge right now. If he gets on the court, they're going to be looking to stop him because they don't have no faith in nobody else. Because you're going to let Bam get his points because you're not going to stop Bam. But you're going to let Bam have no goddamn help from nobody else. That's what
Bam ain't gonna go off for 40 on you. Bam,
no, he ain't.
He ain't gonna go off for 40 on
Bam
you.
He's gonna facilitate the game where everybody. See, that's what you want to do. Trust me. If Hero play tonight, which I think he is, the Heat gonna beat the Nets by over 7 points. Facts.
My question to both of y'all right now: if Jimmy Butler played for any other team, Jimmy Butler or Bam Adebayo played for any other team other than the Miami Heat, are we talking about them?
Bam, yes. Butler, no.
I don't. Listen, I don't think. Listen, that's the thing. That's the thing. Tell me, why would we be talking about Bam Adebayo? He's not leading the league in rebounding. He's not leading the league in block shots. He's not leading the league in scoring. Tell me, why would we? Okay, let me ask you a question. Is Bam Adebayo better? What's the guy in New York right now? The guy used to play for the Lakers.
Julius Randle.
Julius Randle. Is Bam better than Randle?
I would take Bam over Randle.
Okay. Hold on. Listen, I'm not asking you. I'm saying right now. I'm not asking would you take Bam over. I'm saying you look at statistically right now. Go to stats. Is Bam Adebayo better than Julius Randle?
No, not if you're looking at the numbers.
That's what I'm saying. Not if you're looking at the numbers. So again, we're not over here talking about Julius Randle. So if Bam wasn't playing for the Miami Heat, I don't think we wouldn't be talking about Bam Adebayo. Let
me ask you this. Do you think the fact that Bam is playing in Miami is the reason his numbers are not probably what they should be or comparable to somebody like Julius Randle? I mean, you know, Miami got restrictions and they want to be a three-point shooting team. And I always say that if Bam want to take his game to the next level, he's going to have to get behind that three-point line. He's going to have to perfect that like Chris Bosh. And now, if he can do that, then Bam be something to work with. But to your point,
I don't think Bam needs 3 point to be effective. I think if Bam just was, again, here we go. We're talking about a guy that's not a natural shooter of the basketball. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about like Bam's biggest attribute to Miami gives them the ability to be able to switch on defense. Yes, it's not his scoring. It's not his scoring. It's not his scoring. It's not his block shot making ability. It's ability for them to be able to switch defensively.
But they need his scoring. They need his scoring. They need his scoring.
But I say, but his biggest attribute isn't that they don't. Okay, when Bam was out, they were winning. They were winning when he was out.
They thought they had.
They were winning.
Go ahead.
When Bam and Butler was out, they were still winning. I'm telling you, just go back to what Nixon was saying earlier. It's the ability of air exposure to match and sub packages. Nixon has taught me this shit. Oh my God. When LeBron was here. And now Nixon had always said, what happened to air exposure when Dwayne Wade, Bosh, and LeBron left? We said this almost 6 years ago. They're not here now. And now we're seeing the real fuck up of smoke. We're seeing.
And when Bam Adebayo was out, Bingo, you probably gonna look at the numbers. Like I said, I didn't get the information about what we were gonna be talking about. But the dude, Omar Jurkovic, I think the last 2 or 3 games he started right before Bam came back, I think he was averaging a double-double. Like he was getting 10 points, 12 rebounds, or something like that.
Because that's the center you're talking about, right?
Right, absolutely, right. Yeah. But he was starting in the place playing center for Bam. Bam getting a double-double. Omar Jurkovic getting a double-double. Go ahead.
That's where to me, and this is kind of where I fault Spoelstra and the Heat organization. I'm telling you, this league is all about shooting threes. Bam, you say Bam can't shoot. Bam got a deadly mid-range jumper, but but Bam, to me, Bam is you put Bam at 4, you can probably even run him at 3 because you put him at 4, and he can shoot the 3. And then you put your center in. You put Dedmon or the other guy you talking about. You run them. But I think that Bam got to develop his game a little bit more. But I mean, he can handle the ball. He plays defense. He give you that. He rebound. The only thing he does, he got to be closer to the basket now. And teams.
And the problem is, your two best players can't shoot the three. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Your two best players, the two highest paid players on your team, can't shoot the 3-pointer. So now Bam has to be in the paint. Jimmy Butler has to be in the paint. They almost cancel each other out, both of them have to be in the paint.
Listen, your phone. I give you the topics for today in your phone.
Okay, right. I can't go. If I open it up, it's gonna take me off.
He's broadcasting from his phone.
Yeah. I'm broadcasting from the phone.
But listen, man. We already 45 minutes in, and we still talk about the damn Heat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We want to move on a little bit.
I can't do this.
Okay, let's go.
Y'all ain't gonna. You gotta eat something.
Man, he is killing me. He is killing me. He's trying to eat his shit. You have to be quick. Oh my God, he's making me so.
Well, I'm done. I ain't gonna kill you no more because I'm done now. It's over.
Yeah, it's too late. I'm fucking starving.
You better call Uber Eats or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
And when you get there, when you stop,
right.
don't be like Benny and shit that just teaching the whole goddamn world. He chomping down on them goddamn hot dogs and shit. I don't know how long he must have had a whole pack of them and shit or something. Because that
no, they had two, man. Shit.
Yeah, you look like you ate about 5, 6 of them hot dogs.
No,
you only had 2.
You had no 2. Bullshit. You had no 2.
I'm telling you, I had with 2, man.
I'm so fucking hungry, man. I'm over here farting this episode. I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, he got everybody hungry on that one. He ain't got me hungry and shit. But you know what I'm saying? But but listen, we touched briefly on the thing with Kyrie, coming back. He did his thing. Kyrie, he exercised his right. He didn't want to be vaccinated, and I think the biggest problem with that, when it comes to vaccinations, people don't want to be told what to do. I think if they would use reverse psychology on it, you can get it if you want. I think more people that did get vaccinated would have gone and got it. But the fact that the government is telling them you have to do it is why a lot of people push back on it. But finally, New York, I knew they was gonna give in. Because they know it's all about the money, man. Look at Kyrie get back in Brooklyn. They get in the playoffs. I mean, now they got a legitimate chance if they can ever get Ben Simmons' ass off the bench and out of his street clothes. I don't know what's up with that, but they got a legitimate chance with just Kyrie and Durant. I mean, I wouldn't want to face them boys. I'm telling you, I would not want to face them in the playoffs. And now Kyrie, because Kyrie been putting up big numbers whenever he played. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't want to face them. He did what he had to do. You think they give Brooklyn a chance to get to the championship? But with Kyrie and KD?
I give it, listen, they are a portable team now because, again, you got Kyrie, you got him, but they got other components. They got Griffin, they got the other boy back there.
Hey, Griffin? Oh, yeah. Man, please. I hope that ain't who you're talking about.
Hold up.
That boy's a dinosaur right now. He can't even get on the floor.
Listen, let me tell you something. You know how come he can't get on the floor? They preserving him. Let me tell you something.
Preservative? Oh, please. Wait, well, look at you hallucinating now. Let
me give you an analogy, right? Let me give you an analogy.
What do you think? He a glass of strawberry jam or something?
It is. I've had the privilege, unfortunately, to sit home and watch sports all day, all night, and hear talk shows, right? What would happen? If Eldridge come back for the playoffs, DeMarcus Eldridge, and Irie and Durant playing hell of a basketball, and then you just throw just a little seasoning. You throw Blake Griffin in there, who can take charges, who can foul, who can just disrupt the paint. Let me tell you something. I would not be closing my eyes to the thought that they preserving this old broke down white boy half-ass just for the playoffs. You got to understand something. We don't know the scheme or why people do what they do. but Blake Griffin could be a huge asset. I'm not saying they're gonna win because of him. I tell you what though, I'd rather have Blake Griffin right now back there on in the cut behind Kyrie, Durant, and hoping DeMarcus Aldridge if he come back. Shouldn't me. You ain't looking at you just said the numbers. Go put up the numbers on Blake Griffin when he playing. Put up the numbers in the when
Man, he
playing.
probably ain't even averaging 4 points a game right now at this point. He gets you 2 rebounds. He can't dunk the ball no goddamn more. But I tell you though, the big pickup for them was Drummond and Curry.
So
Those boys are dangerous.
So here's the question. I saved them for last. So now we got Drummond, Curry, Kyrie, and that boy Durant, and then Marcus Aldridge come back for the playoffs, and then you got Griffin right there floating around. That's a dangerous ball club, man.
But you know what, too? They got one of my all-time favorites from the Heat. They got Dragic. Goran Dragic.
Yeah.
He's a ball player, man. They got Dragic.
Right. I think he give quality minutes. In the reserve role.
Most definitely. He gonna give you more than I think Ben Simmons. He don't give you the defense that Ben Simmons will give you, but he give you everything else.
I think I don't like him against Milwaukee. I don't like him against Milwaukee. But I think against everybody else, I think they're gonna be a handful. You know, I think Milwaukee has too much right now. You know, when the Freak playing the way he plays with his supporting cast, I think right now Milwaukee has too much for anybody right now. I think I can see Brooklyn, beating Boston. I can see Brooklyn beating Miami. I'm not sure on Chicago. I'm not sure what Chicago's going to bring to the table. But yeah, I think the only team right now that I probably would pick over Brooklyn would be Milwaukee. It would be Milwaukee.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you two teams to watch out for. Two teams to watch out for in the East, and one team you don't have to worry about in the West. Two teams to watch out for in the East is the 76ers. You gotta watch them. You got to watch the 76ers. And the other team is the Milwaukee Bucks. The team you don't have to worry about at all in the West is the Los Angeles Lakers.
No, you didn't, Doug. Oh, hell no. No. We gonna talk about my Lakers in a second, but I know that's where you're going. You want to take a shot at my Lakers. You want to take a shot at my Lakers. But remember, they got the GOAT, boy. I'm telling you, they got the GOAT on that team. Don't even trip.
Listen, I think you make a good point with Philadelphia. The reason I won't pick Philadelphia is because Embiid doesn't do enough in the playoff game to be as big as he is, to be as powerful as he is. Like, he should be unstoppable.
Because let me tricky Knicks. Let me say this to you. This year with Embiid, you look at Embiid's game this year. Right. You don't think his game has improved versus what it was last year? I understand your point.
Listen, I think he's been forced to with the situation with Ben Simmons for him to be more assertive. What I'm saying is that I have yet to see him do that in the playoffs. You understand what I'm saying?
This is the first year. This is first year coming around.
For them to win, because I'm not like James Harden is James Harden. We have a record on what he does.
About him though. I got my doubts about James Harden.
We have a record on what he does in the playoffs. I'm saying with Embiid, I just think right now he's gonna have to be Shaq. For them to win a title, like literally, for them to win a title, he has to be the second coming of Shaquille O'Neal. You know, he has to be dominant, unstoppable. I'm talking about 35 points. I'm not talking about 2020 or 2014. You know, I'm talking about 35 points, 17 rebounds, 3-4 block shots, that type of dominant. Like literally has to be the second coming of Shaquille O'Neal for them to win the finals. I think to get past Milwaukee.
I think his game has evolved this year more so than any time. And I really like the Embiid's game because he going inside, outside. He shoot the three on you. He does everything. He bring that ball up the floor on you. So I'm curious, like you said, I'm curious to see how that's going to translate into the playoffs. But as far as his game, I think his game is elevated, man, from last year, and he's really showing his all around ability. And so we're
Listen,
gonna see. But I think Harden is gonna be the one that determines whether they get past Milwaukee.
Listen, he's doing the same thing that Giannis did last year. When Giannis woke up and said, "I'm gonna dominate," dropping them games he did, and they won a title. That's why I'm saying it could be the year of Embiid. Because one thing I know for a fact, it damn sure the year for them fucking Lakers. I've been waiting to
Man,
get to the Lakers.
Here you go. You can't wait to bash my boys out on the West Coast, huh? You can't wait to bash the GOAT.
Let's go. Let's go. Because I got some stuff for you.
Hold on. I got you. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. So, Trick, you picking who to come out of the East? Milwaukee or
Milwaukee? I'm going Milwaukee.
You going Milwaukee? That's a good pick. Who you picking to come out of the East, Buddha?
I'll say 76ers or Brooklyn.
No. Hey, listen, it can be one or the other, goddamn. You can't be walking the fence, okay? Pick one team and let's roll with them.
Well, I'm gonna go with Brooklyn. No,
hold on. Wait a minute. Didn't he just say 76ers or Milwaukee?
No, I'm gonna show respect. I'm gonna go with what you bitched about all night. I'm going with the Heat.
Oh man, we can see right now you ain't made up your mind and stuff, so we're gonna have to come back to you after the championship game.
Remember you talked that shit to me and I won that fantasy football.
You just had to bring that up, didn't you? We ain't gonna go back to no fantasy football. I know Tricky Nick, he a fantasy football guy. Yeah, I don't know Ace brag. We had to tell Ace basically how to pick his team.
Oh my God!
I know.
We had a squad man to be like, damn, if you had some rookies, they don't even get out. I had to basically tell him who to change his stuff.
Tricky Nicks. Let me see what happened. Now he went too far. I mentioned a guy named Devontae Adams. I don't know his name. He was the running back rookie for Denver Broncos.
Devontae was for the Green Bay. He talking about the running back for Denver. Devontae played with the receiver for the Green Bay.
Yeah, I got the name wrong. He was the running back, and he was the second string. I told him he was gonna beat that position out because I was sitting there watching sports because I don't work, so all I do is watch sports and hear commentary. All I'm saying, Tricky Nicks, I won my first fantasy football. I was the number one team. I won so goddamn good. I paid for free next year. I won every statistic. I took your brother's quarterback, Matt Stafford. Remember when Shane was talking about Matt Stafford?
Right.
I took Matt Stafford and Patrick Mahomes. I was gonna stop him. You hear me? I was gonna stop him. And now I'm bragging because I can't win it.
That's the first time he had a chance to win. So you know he was a cellar dweller when it comes to fantasy football leagues. We all know that. We couldn't wait to play his team.
Listen, this channel was the only thing that helped me pick a tight end and a wide receiver.
Man, we wrapped your whole roster for you on that day we talking about that. Hey, I got it on video now. You don't want me to have to take this thing back and run the video, okay? But anyway, that's all that fantasy football and stuff, man. And I know we talk about. I think I'm thinking like as far as coming out of the East. I'm thinking Milwaukee, like you said. Giannis is a beast. You just got to figure out a way to stop him. I mean, I give him credit that year they beat Milwaukee to get to NBA chip. They figured out a way to stop Giannis, but Giannis' game improved from that. Giannis learned from that. He learned from that.
But and they went out and got that other boy at point guard too, man. Hardaway. What do you mean is the point guard they got from Milwaukee? You
talking about Holiday?
Holiday, yeah.
Holiday, yeah.
Drew Holiday. Yeah, they got Drew Holiday, man. That dude's a big point guard, man. He's strong. He's strong. He can shoot the three, mid-range jump. He's a hell of an on-ball defender. They put some things around him since Miami did what they did to them in the bubble.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, they swept Miami last year in the playoffs. I believe they swept Miami last year in the playoffs.
I think Miami got one game.
Hell,
But
I don't know. I thought they were swept. Shit.
It's a gentleman's sweep. I think it was a gentleman's sweep, 4 games to 1 or something.
Yeah,
but yeah,
you know
they ran through Miami.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what, like they put some players around that guy, man.
Yeah, and like your point with Holiday.
Yep.
That guy, I'm telling you, he'll dominate the Heat guards. He's gonna dominate most guards.
He will, absolutely.
His game is good enough where he can hit you from the 3 or he can post you up. And I like the way he plays. He can post you up.
And the one guard, and I think on ball defender on Hero, he's gonna get Hero hell.
Oh, Hero can't guard him. Hero can't guard him.
Hero can't guard him, and he can guard Hero.
He can guard Hero.
He can guard. I think the one dude that we have that probably can play, but he's not healthy, is Oladipo. You know, Oladipo is, but he's not. Oladipo's about a year away, man. To be honest with you, when I look at him right now, I see he's about next year. I think he's going to be okay.
You think he's going to still be a Heat player though?
Yeah. I think I think he's under contract next year.
Yeah,
I think he's under contract next year. I think they signed him for 2 years. He's under contract for next year.
Who's coming out the West?
All right, so we talk about the West and stuff. I know. First, before you even say that, we're gonna talk about the West because you've been so hot and ready to just balling over to get on to my Lakers and shit. Well, you think the Lakers gonna make the play-in tournament? First, they gotta get into the play-in tournament. They even think about getting into the playoffs. You think they're gonna make the play-in tournament?
They number 10 right now. We got 2 more weeks up. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can tell you what I think gonna happen though.
What's that?
I think LeBron gonna be in Miami next year.
Oh no, hell no, cuz.
I think that's gonna happen,
Hey, you know what? He will if they draft his son.
That's
he already said I'm going to where my son is gonna be.
Cuz I'm gonna tell you right now, cuz Miami Heat finna trade Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler going to the Lakers, man. LeBron coming to Miami. I'm telling you exactly what's going to happen. Why would I tell you? Why would I tell you, cuz? Let me tell you something about LeBron. What I learned. Listen, I'm a big LeBron fan. I think LeBron is the best basketball player of all time, right? I just think the things that he do.
Hey, Buddha, you hear that?
Yeah, I think he's the best basketball player of all time.
You heard that?
I'm going to get my turn. Right. Wait.
Hey, one thing about LeBron is a cagey vet, right? He's a cagey vet. And what he loves attention, right? Right now, all the big time players right now, they're talking about the East. LeBron don't want you to forget about him. LeBron gonna come to the East where he got to go up against KD and he got to go up against the Freak. You know what I'm saying? And he can do it with a young, talented roster. And Bron see that. Like Miami ain't that far away. Like we're talking about right now, Miami number 1 seed. Can you think about how much of a factor Miami really would be with LeBron on this team? Come on, man. Come on, man. Take Jimmy Butler off and put LeBron on this team. Put Jimmy Butler off and then ask me who I think might win the East.
Yeah. Here's the question. I'm a LeBron fan first, and I am, but I'm a realist second. Let me tell you right now. 5, 7, 10 years ago, I would have jumped to have my friend say LeBron was coming. But now this older LeBron, achy bones, I watch LeBron when he play right now with the Lakers. He barely defends. He's slow in rotation. He's slow getting downfield. No, I wrote it all down around in this book. I don't want y'all all this GOAT shit with LeBron. I got GOAT chips for your ass. Let me tell you something. But LeBron is not coming down here because LeBron won't. It's Shannon Sharp said, everybody said, and I agree. He want to be the first player to play with his son on the same team. Here's the problem. Though. His son not that raw as LeBron James.
Right.
He not that fucking raw. So wherever his son ends up at, the Lakers gonna have to do a homework trade so that man can pull that shit off. He's not gonna come to the Heat and if the Heat get his fucking son, and the Heat don't need his son because he's not that fucking raw. That's a fact. And I got the notes that back it up. I got the son's numbers right here. Yo, whoever get LeBron's son, that's where LeBron's going. So coming to the Heat, and if they get that damn boy, he ain't coming in.
Right, okay, but listen, I'm telling you right now, in the West, right? Not gonna beat Phoenix right now. Not gonna beat Phoenix, right? Golden State getting healthy. Golden State getting back healthy.
They falling too, man. They falling.
They balling. He ain't gonna beat Golden State. I'm saying right now, Miami. Think about this. Now, Miami is currently, as it sits right now, the number 1 seed in the East with Jimmy Butler. You put LeBron and right now, money wise, that's a 1-for-1. That's a 1-for-1 money wise right now. LeBron in Miami probably, I don't know if it makes them the favorite, but it sure put them right up there with everybody else. It put them right up there with everybody else.
Because LeBron not that player no more. LeBron is not that player no more. I'm a LeBron fan. He's not that player no more.
I just seen they say LeBron just went on a tear, man, with like last 3-4 games, he averaged like 35 points a game. I don't understand what you're talking about.
I don't either. He's not a player anymore.
They say, man, last 3-4 games, the man averaged 35 points a game, the most points averaged by somebody his age in NBA history.
Remember, LeBron had 2 back-to-back 50-point games.
Yeah.
Listen,
back-to-back 50-point games.
But let me tell y'all something, right? LeBron is playing game that I didn't understand what Kobe was talking about. And Derrick Rose, you play that game where you beat down the basket, then you play that game where you do mid-range jumpers. And LeBron is shooting LeBron James. I watch him. He had plenty of opportunity. He'll dunk here and there. He ain't the same ball player. Michael Jordan.
Ace, Big Ace, Buddha. All the basketball players, when they get old, they become jump shooters. All of them, as they get older, because they're not explosive. They're not as explosive anymore. What happened?
I don't see us, LeBron, making that much of a difference over here. He ain't making a shit difference over there. All the points and numbers he getting over there, he's still fighting for a playoff spot. No,
but it's a bad team over there, Ace. It's a bad team. It's a bad team.
That's what Ted Bingo that. Ted Bingo that.
Yeah. Listen, I disagree with you when it comes to you. You try to make it like LeBron fell off the cliff and stuff or something. You know what I'm saying? I remember. You talking about players that fell off the cliff? I could go back. I remember Dr. J. Well, man, I loved Dr. J when he was in the ABA, and then when at Dr. J, the end of Dr. J years, he fell off. Dominique Wilkins, same story. They fell off. Larry Bird, LeBron. You can't say that at 37 years old, he's older than all them boys that I just mentioned. He's right now at this very moment, he's leading the league in scoring. And people say he's not a scorer. Okay? Hey,
he's on a bad team. He's on a bad team.
And listen, I don't know if that's a bad team. They got talent on that team. I think a lot of it might be like we talked about earlier with Spoelstra and his rotation. I mean, Vogel, man, he have me scratching my head sometimes when he be putting lineups in and switching. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? And so you can imagine what the players be thinking.
Bingo, it's an old team. They lack athleticism. It's the same scenario.
But they got young players on that team.
How good are the young players, though?
Malik Monk is a baller. That rookie Evans, he's a baller. They got Johnson. He's not a great player, but he's a player that can give you some positive minutes. Then of course you got AD if he ever come back hurt. AD is not an old player. People want to group him as an old player, but he's not an old player.
He's done for the season. He's done for the season.
That might be the best thing. That might be the best thing. But at the same time. What's that?
When I called you that day about the Cowboys, right? And you were very thin on the answer. I'm tricking this. I'm gonna update you. I made a comment by his favorite Dallas Cowboys, right? And they went to that game and they laid an egg so stink, people smelled the stench in China. I was calling his ass. He answered the ball the first time. Second time, it took longer for him to pick up. Now I'm telling him again, your ladies, if they make the playoffs, they are one hit one. They're only going to be in the first round. They out. They are done. The only thing I say something else, the Heat are in the same boat. It's just that the Lakers been done far earlier than the Heat were. The Heat
Well,
gonna go into the playoffs, maybe the second seed.
listen, the Lakers been. I mean, if I mean, a lot of teams had different injuries and the COVID thing, and I mean, a lot of teams faced a lot of difficulties this year. But I mean, if you look at that team, come on. I mean, they've had adversity all year long when it comes to keeping people on the floor. And then again, with LeBron, if AD can come back and play, the last 6 games.
He out indefinitely.
Oh, they said he was out indefinitely.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They're not gonna win. They gotta go
against. Listen to this.
Dallas
I tell you what, I ain't betting against the GOAT. In a one game playing series, I'm not betting against him because he already showed you what he can do. He already showed. Listen, I ain't betting against him.
When he put all the points up and they lost. What about that game when he put all the points up and they lost?
What happened?
LeBron, man, he put up a whole bunch of points. I gotta go find that game. I should write it down. I didn't know he was gonna break it this hard.
Both when he hit those 50-point games, they won both of them.
My thing is, if he put a whole lot of points up, that's what kills me. The last year that he was in Miami, they talking about that series when we lost, how bad we lost to San Antonio. No, this last year. As bad we lost to San Antonio. They try to blame that on LeBron. LeBron averaged a triple-double. He's been averaging triple-double. Dwayne Wade averaged 15 points a game. Chris Bosh, 15. Don't seem like that was a LeBron issue. That was the other people not doing their damn job. The man averaged a triple-double, and they want to blame it somehow. That is LeBron reason we lost to San Antonio.
That's like that series against Golden State.
Yeah.
Guaranteed that Lakers don't make the playoffs or they get knocked out the first round. That's it.
Hold up.
Guaranteed.
Okay. I'll take that one about they make the playoffs. You're already in the hole with me anyway. I know you forgot, but I'm going to remind you. This is a friendly reminder. You're already in the hole with me and stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? And we can double that up. That was back on the Dallas days. We was talking about the Dallas, but I'll remind you. I know you got all excited and stuff. But with that being said, listen, who's coming out of the West?
Golden State.
No.
Or
I think it's Phoenix.
Phoenix. I think Phoenix too.
I think it's Phoenix.
Yep. It's Golden State.
I don't know. I don't know what to expect from the Minnesota Timberwolves. I haven't seen them much, but they said they got the highest scoring offense.
They playing good ball. They're gonna upset somebody if they come in there sleeping. Minnesota playing good ball.
Yeah,
they're a sleeper.
Yeah, they said they got the highest scoring offense in the NBA.
They playing good ball, man. Watch them. That Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
To me, that they said when he was coming out of college, they say a lot of people thought he played a little like Dwayne Wade, but to me, he was more explosive. He got a better 3-point shot than the Wade had when he came in. But that kid is good. And Towns, he playing off the chart right now. They play good ball. They play good ball.
I say you gotta be careful right now. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, you can't come in sleeping on them.
Yeah, they keep talking about Memphis. They talk about Memphis. I don't know. I know they said they keep talking about John Morant, but do they got anything else other than him though?
That's the only thing. That's it.
They have anything else other than him?
They kind of remind me of Phoenix a little bit because they role players play good ball. If you take Chris Paul out of the lineup, Phoenix kept winning. You know what I'm saying? But they got role players and good coaching, really, that kept them winning. I think Memphis is the same way because Giants missed a couple of games, and they keep winning. Right. So they're not going to be an easy out, but I think a veteran team will be able to take them out. A young team ain't going to be able to take them out.
And the Lakers won't do it.
And I think...
Listen.
Go ahead.
The Lakers won't
I was
do
going to say, I pretty much gave up hope on my Lakers, but I can't give up hope on the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Right. I can't give up hope on him. I mean, the way he played this year...
Don't underestimate Pat Riley being enamored with LeBron James, man. I'm just telling you right now. You shot me with that one. That's breaking news. Don't underestimate. I don't know if LeBron will come back because of Spoelstra. I don't know how that relationship is. But Pat Riley is enamored with LeBron James. Trust me, I really believe that. So if there's an issue with they're gonna move Jimmy Butler and they got an option to go after LeBron, I think Pat Riley go after LeBron before he go after anybody else. I think go after LeBron before he go after anybody else. To me, it makes a lot of sense.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but
he wants to play with his son. Y'all forget he said it on national TV. He wants to play one season with his son. If the Heat don't get his son, he's not coming here. He's not coming here. Y'all ignoring the fact he wants to be.
Hold on, and my question is, and you don't think Pat Riley would draft his son with a second round draft pick?
Well, he better get his goddamn son. Whoever his son go, that's what LeBron.
But my question, knowing Pat Riley, you don't think Pat Riley would draft his son with a second round draft pick?
Hey, not just Pat Riley. Somebody might take his son with the first round pick, knowing they're gonna get LeBron. You know what I'm saying? You get 2 for 1. You get the greatest of all time. So shit, if I got a number 1 pick, and this I mean, coming out of college, you can't equate none of those players that's coming out of college to LeBron. So hell, if I got a number 5 pick in the draft, I'm taking Bronny, because I know his dad is coming too. So you know what I'm saying. So that's one again. I can't wait to see how that unfolds.
I don't even think that he got a number 1 draft pick this year because I was trading it. I had to check.
I don't know, man. He did. Listen, I tell you, as far as I'm concerned, he chance to win the championship like me winning the lotto. And I think Max Strus is a better player than Duncan Robinson. I just want to throw that in there.
I agree with you on that. Remember, Duncan Robinson can shoot, but I think Max Strus can actually put the ball on the floor a lot better than Duncan Robinson.
They're better rebounder. You're a better rebounder. Yeah, better defender. Yeah. Duncan Robinson a one-trick pony, man. That's it.
I'm like you, man. I couldn't believe they paid that boy all that money. I know he can shoot, but damn, I mean, when he dropped that money on him like that, I'm like, oh my goodness.
One-trick pony, man.
Yeah, they blew me away with that one and stuff. All right, listen, let's get off this basketball here for a minute and stuff, and talk about Benny's shirt. That shirt Benny got on, and Tricky Nick's got on. You know, them dog fins. You know what I'm saying?
Fins, baby, the fins.
He flying them like they all that and stuff. But right now, the big story is I'm sure you know. I'm sure.
Tyreek Hill.
They get Tyreek Hill. What you think that's gonna do, man? I mean, now they put all their eggs in the basket for Tua. I ain't sold on Tua. They screwed that up. I'm telling you, they screwed it up. I ain't sold on Tua at all. But now he's got Waddle and he's got Tyreek Hill. They saying they probably 2 of the fastest receivers in the league. So now, what is Tua gonna do? That's the kind of lineup he had in Alabama, where he was throwing the catches, just running past people.
I am a Miami Dolphin fan first. Okay, but since I've been home on my being home retired, I watch Sports Channel and I watch everything. And y'all gonna disagree. I know Tricky Nick's gonna give me a fucking hard time. I'm ready for him. I know when I saw his face on the screen, I said, yep, he gonna give me hell on this. Let me tell you something. Now, y'all seem to forget Brian Flores lawsuit and allegations against the Miami Dolphins, right? Everybody forgot that, right?
No, I didn't forget it. Actually, I was wanting to do a show on it. I was calling it the next whistleblower.
This looked like a stunt to get the stink off their back, because I have never seen the Miami Dolphins spend that much money on quality talent 1 year. I've never. Not for no black guy. Not for no American black guy. I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there. All this is predicated because the black man accused him of wanting him to tank a season, and he didn't do it. So just to shut Brian Flores up and to kill the world, I don't think this is predicated anything. This is beyond football. It's about keeping my brand and my name clean. So I have no expectation for the Miami Dolphins, because this was put together to shut Brian Flores' allegations up, because he made some damaging allegations. I know Tricky Nick's gonna eat my ass alive like he did the hot dog. I already know it.
Hey, that hot dog didn't have a chance, did it? All 5 of them. He thought he only
He
ate
bumped
2.
shit out of them. So I'm telling you, I'm telling myself, why did you do this years ago? Why now? Why now? Why now? What a coincidence. He accused you of making them tank, and now you went and got top-notch talent. You went after Bridgewater, and then you went after the fastest. You went to KC and bought his contract and bought him here.
But the highest paid receiver of all time, other than the quarterback, he's the highest paid right now.
Listen, y'all, the Dolphins never invested. They get washed up talent. You went to go out there and you got the best receiver, and then you went got the running back from who the running back is?
San Francisco.
Come on, man. Y'all don't see what's going on here. No, this ain't about. This is beyond being competitive this year. Just keeping their name clean from racist and biased comments. So I got no expectations for the Miami Dolphins because they're trying to please the public and save their brand. So I have no expectation. But tricky niggas gonna eat my ass up, and I'm waiting for it.
No, I disagree, man. I think it was a move to actually put all your eggs in the basket behind Tua to see what you got this year. I think this is the decision they're gonna make on whether or not they have a quarterback or not. I think there's been a lot of excuses that Tua didn't have the weapons, he didn't have the offensive line. We wasn't properly able to evaluate him because the head coach that they had, Brian Flores, didn't focus on the offensive side of the ball for whatever. So we couldn't properly evaluate Tua. Now I think this is the year that they're going to get Tua every opportunity to succeed. And if he can't succeed, they're going to move on from him. And I think it was done because you got to realize next year the Dolphins have 2 first-round draft picks. They have 2 first-round draft picks next year. They have a pick from San Francisco 49ers for the trade that they made when they allowed San Francisco to take the 3rd pick overall. And they have their own first-round pick next year. So they have 2 first-round picks next year. So they had to put something in place to give him every opportunity to succeed, to evaluate him, to know, okay, if this guy's not the case, then we have to parlay these 2 first-round picks into possibly getting a quarterback. I think that was a good business decision. You know, right now, this player's available. This player's available. These are players that we need on our offense. And hopefully we got our quarterback of the future. But if not, by getting these 2 players, we would know what we have. And if we do got to go get a quarterback, now we've made our offense something where a good quarterback may want to come. It may be a good destination. You know, if, say for instance, Lamar Jackson, they say he's not selling, he doesn't want to sign his franchise tag. He's going to force him to franchise tag him. He don't want to sign a long-term deal. So if they franchise tag him this year, because I had kind of been looking at this, they have an exclusive right franchise tag. So they're going to franchise tag him this year, saying he has to play for the average top 5 salary at the quarterback position. Well, next year they can franchise tag him again, but that franchise tag is a non-exclusive right franchise tag. That means that other teams can go after Lamar Jackson, and if he decides to sign with another team, only thing that other team has to do is give up 2 first-round draft picks. I'm not saying that's what the Dolphins are looking at, but they put themselves in a position where, okay, if Tua's not the guy, we have 2 first-round draft picks, and if Lamar Jackson take that stance again, well, he's going to force them to franchise tag him a second time. Then it's a non-exclusive franchise tag, and we can go after him, and we'll just give up the 2 first-round draft picks we have. But we'll have Lamar Jackson, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, we'll have all that there. So if that's what they're doing, if that's the foresight that they have, then I can see why they made that decision. But I think the Dolphins been spending money. I just think they've been spending their money on the defensive side of the ball. They had the 2 highest paid cornerbacks in the NFL. Like, you know, both of their cornerbacks was ranked number 1 and 2 as far as paid in the NFL. So they've been spending money. They've just been spending it on the defensive side of the ball. You know, they haven't been putting it on the offensive side. Remember, they brought in Ndamukong Suh at 1 year. He was the highest paid defensive lineman in the NFL. They just haven't really been putting the money on the offensive side of the ball. But now they got an offensive-minded coach. They got a quarterback they got to make a decision on. And I do believe from afar, they watching this thing, how it plays out with Lamar Jackson. I wish we would have went and got the quarterback, Deshaun Watson. I wish they did that. But if they did that, then they wouldn't have had. But then they wouldn't have had the firepower to trade for Tyreek Hill.
They wouldn't have needed it. They wouldn't have needed it. I mean, if you'd have brought Deshaun in there, man, look here. That would have put them over the edge because their defense always said the Dolphins was a playoff-ready team. Tua just wasn't going to take them there. Listen,
let's see what Deshaun Watson do. Let's see what he does.
Listen. It ain't like he was out for a year for being injured. Okay, he was on a 4-12 Houston team, and he led the league in passing yards and I think passing percentage and stuff. So Deshaun, boy, look here. I was hoping so hard that the Dolphins would have got him, and I think that had a lot to do with that conflict of the front office and Flores between what Flores. Listen, take it. You've been a coach. You know what it looks like when you're looking at players on the field. You see them every day in practice, and you know what you got. After seeing them a couple of times in practice, you know what you got. Flores knew what he had with Tua. He knew Tua was not going to be the one. Why you think he substituted Fitzpatrick a few times during the year? And that might have some credence to do with when Ross told him, "Hey, listen, man, I need you to lose games." Remember, he had Fitzpatrick in, and they was winning. And all of a sudden, he turned around and put Tua back in the game as a starter. But
Bingo, hold it. Go ahead. Somebody at the door, man. My dog going crazy. Go ahead. I'll be right back.
All right. But Buddha, Tua, at that point, Flores had already realized Tua was not the man. He knew it. And he's seen enough. Remember, he came from New England. And he's seen enough to know that Tua was not the man, and that's why he wanted Deshaun so bad. But again, for whatever reasons it didn't go through. Now Deshaun finna go into Cleveland and turn them into a Super Bowl contender.
He's a better fit in Cleveland. I'm hands down. He belongs in Cleveland. He belongs there. He'll be a better fit. He will be a better fit in Cleveland. Let me tell you something, man. You're going to learn something about sports, right? You got to look at the details, man, because that's where the game is at. And I know for a fact, Tyreek Hill, Tua, all that not the issue, man. That's not the issue. That's not the issue. There's some inner conflicting issues that's going to come out. And you're going to remember I did the first 6 games of the Miami Dolphins, we're going to be 500 or under 500. And you're going to say, he document this show. What show is this? March 26th? Okay. We write that shit down. March 26th. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going any further, but I want Tricky Nixon to be there when the 7th week starts because I'm going to remind y'all this shit. Listen, I know I'm on the internet, but let me tell you something. Remember this, there are 3 phases of all sports, and Nixon noted because he's a coach. There's the front, who brings the talent, the recruiting class that bring the talent. Then there's the coach who evaluates the talent and find the best use for the talent. Then there's the players who go out there and display the talent. Those 3 phases determine the team. Now, you're looking at these names and saying all this shit about, oh, we got this. But when it gets on the field, that's when you judge it. And I'm telling you, Dolphins going to be 2-4 at best or 3-3 with all this talent. It's going to something.
I don't disagree with you.
The issue is not, it's the front office. This is shut everybody up from the real fact of what Flores said. That's what this is about. You'll see.
Right, but my thing is, I don't disagree with you as far as I don't think the Dolphins are gonna have a winning record because I look at it like this, huh?
What, you agree?
Yeah, I don't think the Dolphins. I don't think the Dolphins are gonna have a winning record.
Oh my God. Oh my God, he actually I'm like bingo. I'm not sold on Tua, and I look at it like this: is that think about this? And I heard them say this. I don't know who it was. They said what was Tyreek Hill? What was Tyreek Hill when Alex Smith was his quarterback? Wait.
We wasn't talking about Tyreek Hill when Alex Smith was his quarterback.
Not at all. Not at all.
It
Not at
took
all.
it took Pat Mahomes, somebody that could throw the ball downfield,
Right.
somebody that looks downfield to get him the ball to make things happen. And I don't, and I think Tyreek Hill, and I think Tua is actually worse than Alex Smith. I think Tua is actually worse than Alex Smith. So I don't think you're going to see the Tyreek Hill in Miami that we've seen in Kansas City. Like I said, I think this play is for. I think this is a long-term play. I don't think this play is just for right now. I think this. Listen, I don't buy them. Listen. You cannot win in the NFL without a hell of a quarterback. I don't care nothing about the other position. You can't win in the NFL without a quarterback. And I'm sure the Dolphins are convinced right now that they know that Tua would never be a top 5 quarterback in this league. Never be a top 5 quarterback in this league. So what I'm hoping is that maybe they'll probably think, well, they can get him good enough to try to salvage some of salvage enough of his reputation that maybe they could trade him somewhere down the road, maybe next year if Lamar Jackson becomes available and something like that. But no, yeah, I agree with you on that. I think their record pretty much will be the same as it was this year.
You know why?
That's going to be a big disappointment if it is.
Listen,
yeah, I think that's what it's going to be.
Listen, you know why I say that? Because I can't believe Nixon agreed with me, and he actually gave the best analogy to what I was going to say. Give me the camera by myself. I want to be caught real good.
Okay, Stephen A. Damn it. All right, Stephen A. Now you want the camera and the stage and everything else too? Boy, look at you, boy. You see what happens? See what happens when you get Negroes a little bit of leisure?
Yes, all right. Leeway. Now, I want to make sure I make this clear so when we go back and look at this footage, I can say with the support of Tricky Nicks, he brought my next statement to light. He brought my next statement. I learned this. Oh shit! Oh. I learned this from Culpepper and Randy Moss. Dante Culpepper was only as good as Randy Moss because he just threw the bitch up and Randy Moss when he got it. So, with that being said, Tyreek is not the problem. The problem solution, it's not a solution. Bringing his ass down there, you just paying him. Because Tricky Nick said it. How the hell they going to get the ball to him? How they going to get the ball to Tyreek Hill? Because everybody going to double this motherfucker. They're going to double him. We don't have the advanced mindset to create plays for a player. We don't. That's just put it out. It's like air exposure in the NFL. We don't create enough players for our best guy. So Tyreek gonna be getting the paycheck, getting frustrated. We're gonna still be losing. Facts on facts. So I am very, very aware that we're gonna have one of the worst records with a star player caliber that I've ever seen. Two good wide receivers, and one of the worst records in the league.
Well, they got a good tight end. They got a good defense. So that team is ready to win.
I don't know the same thing. I'm not sure they have a good defense. I'm not sure because I don't underestimate the role that Brian Flores played in that defense being as good as it was. Because they said that, because what I've heard was the dude Josh Boyer was the defensive coordinator. And at the beginning of the season, the defense was so bad that Brian Flores took the defense away from him. And Brian Flores started calling the defense. Now Flores gone, but they kept Josh Boyer. So now this is the same guy that Brian Flores took the defense from. And I've read too. I don't know if it came from Jeff Darlington or somebody else was saying. I don't want to say it came from them. But if somebody that covers the Dolphins said that when Josh Boyer was retained by McDaniels, that some of the defensive players weren't happy about that. So I'm not sure the defense is going to be as good as what we think it was, or the defense is going to be as good as it was last year.
The thing in that scenario is that the players are the players. It was the scheme, the scheme that Flores had versus the current D coordinator. Apparently, they brought more into the scheme that Flores was running with and made them play better. But they still had the same players. He's working with the same players.
Right, and I know from being the defensive coordinator, is that you can have the same players, but it's philosophy. You know, Brian Flores is more willing to be more aggressive, to do more what he called blitz zero.
Yeah,
He
he was
called
blitzing
we
every
call it
goddamn
muzzle.
down. Well, he
Right,
shot
right.
LeBron Jackson them down with that.
Right. But see, Josh Boyer, and I noticed from talking with defensive coaches that some defensive coordinators will go zero, what we talking about zero coverage. That means no safety in the middle of the field, right? And then you got some defensive coordinators, hell or high water, would never go to that. You know, they ain't gonna never not have somebody back deep. So obviously, Brian Flores is of the mindset, well, I'm willing to go blitz zero, what he called it, blitz zero or zero coverage, so I can get pressure. But Josh Boyer probably more so of a bend don't break defense. And I think the players that Brian Flores put together more so fit the aggressive style of defense that Brian Flores wanted to run, and not so much the bend but don't break defense that Josh Boyer may be more comfortable with. So like I said, that remains to be seen whether or not the defense, because think about this, as much as we like to think the defense was good last year, statistically they was middle of the pack. Statistically they was 15, 16, and 17 in category, and I think like 20 something scoring. So statistically, we might want to say that they played good at the end of the year, but then we got to look at the teams they played. But you're talking about statistically all year long, they was a middle of the pack defense, man. And I think that's going to get worse. So,
and with that being said, though, you know, a middle of the pack defense, and if you flip it over to the other side of the ball, if they had an offense that would put pressure on the opposing team's offense, now you can dictate more, because that offense made the opposing team offense is playing from behind. Now your defense can really shine because you know what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? But the Dolphins' offense was, I believe they were playing from behind all the time. You know, because they wasn't lighting up the scoreboard, that's for sure. So if you put that defense in a situation where, you got a 10, 15-point lead or 2 touchdown lead, now you got a lot more flexibility what you can do and control. But like I said, though, if it's the same players, then it boils down to the scheme. Like you said, Flores, obviously, you know, his reputation was a defensive juggernaut. And Pittsburgh brought him in. They made him a senior assistant defensive coach and a linebacker coach. So really, he's gonna be probably pretty much calling the shots there. Even though they got a pretty good D coordinator there now. But
Ace, you all right? Hold on, big old Ace, you all right?
I'm lost. Hold on. Hey, oh shit. I'm okay. I've been down too much. I'm here. Oh shit. That's my vertigo. It spins.
Renee?
No, I fucked up too. I'm at the be
your nephew there, right?
No man, I'm gonna call him. I'm okay. I just can't move for a while. Go ahead.
Take your time, relax. You know, take your time, relax. If you got to step away, you know, you step away, bro. So you got to step away. Don't get yourself all over exerted.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. Let me step away for like 2 or 3
Hold
minutes.
on, but somebody home with you?
Yeah, I'm gonna call him and tell him. Hold on.
Hold on. Just stay on camera. Stay on camera though, till we can see him come in there for you though. Stay on camera. What is number here?
I'm looking. I can't find. The room won't stop spinning. That's my problem.
All right, well, hold on a second. Hey, Nisi.
Leon! Wait.
Tell Mama
I found my phone. I dropped that liquor and I went to pick it up and I forgot not to bend down.
Why are you still drinking liquor, man?
No,
right.
I drink wine coolers. I don't drink hardcore no more. I drink wine coolers. Wait. Damn, I can't believe I did that shit. That's the problem I gotta stop doing. Gotta stop doing that shit. Because I got vertigo real bad.
What we gonna do, man? You know, we gonna keep you online here for a second here, and we gotta wind it down and stuff. We've been at it for an hour and a half right now, and we weren't supposed to go this long.
God damn, what the fuck yet? I could be in the den. Leon!
Ace in the room. He trying to call his nephew to help him because he confused.
Renee out of town.
Renee out of town?
I just hung up with her not too long ago.
Oh, Ace, Renee out of town?
Yeah, she went to
Yeah, she
Orlando.
left today.
Leon!
She just left today.
Hey, stop screaming like that, man.
Yeah.
You need somebody to come over there? Oh, he coming
Yeah,
up.
it is.
Yeah.
I was trying to get this stuff I spilled and I was my burn. Help me get to the bed for a second.
Nah, Ace was talking about he can't see and shit like that. He's staggering.
Yeah. He sometimes the room starts spinning on him, and he got a little excited. Like you said, hopefully like maybe that that little drink or whatever he had drinking.
All right, Leon, we appreciate it, man. We want him to stay on till he got you.
And we're gonna leave him on there. So if you need to holler at us about anything, you need any help with anything, just come back in and you on camera. Everything's on camera right now, so you can holler back at us.
All right.
All right. And let us know. Keep us posted.
All right.
So, but yeah, man. So, but with that being said, though, Trick, that's the whole deal going down with the Dolphins, and Ace gets a little excited sometimes, and then so we just make sure he got to understand his limitations at this point.
Right. I know he bent down, but kind of messed him up a little bit.
Yeah, listen, you and me both. If we bent over right now, you think we gonna get up with a clear head? I mean, we raise back up, this stuff starts spinning.
Right,
so
exactly.
We got a good deal on that and stuff. So we can actually get ready to kind of wrap things up here. I just wanted to touch bases about Deshaun Watson. We talked about him getting that $250 million guaranteed contract for $250 million guaranteed.
Yeah, man. Hey, I think, man, for what he can do for your franchise, man, he worked every bit of it. Like I say, I wish he would have came to Miami, but like I say, man, if the big picture is to get Tyreek Hill in some form of fashion to kind of add your boy from Baltimore with this here, with Tyreek Hill and Waddle, I think it's gonna be ugly next year, man. I think it's gonna be listen, to get Deshaun Watson, have to pay $250 million, man. You won't be able to add nothing else to your team. And the Dolphins is more than just a quarterback away from competing for a Super Bowl. Their offensive line was so bad, man. So I think, they can do what they need to do this year and find some type of way to get what they need next year. I think they're gonna be all right.
Yeah,
they're gonna be all right.
But you know what? We won't see it, and like you said earlier, man, this is time right now. This is towards time. This is going to determine whether or not he's going to remain a starter or become a backup for the rest of his career. You know what I mean? If he can't do nothing with what the talent they putting around him, and they are spending a lot of money on him, putting a lot of talent around the offensive line, they shoring up everything around him, and to Buddha's point and stuff, I'm like, okay, are they trying to make it look like when Flores is saying, they were trying to coach him to lose games. Now are they trying to throw a little bit of reverse psychology in there and say, man, look all the money we spending. Why would we want to lose? But that's just now. But back then, that wasn't the case, and they still got to prove that point. And I really think that he's got some stuff that he's gonna lay out. But the biggest challenge now, man, is how the NFL with that arbitration crap. They don't want you to go public with all your information. That kind of pissed me off about Kaepernick. Man, Kaepernick could have blew that NFL wide open, I'm sure. But he had to go to arbitration. That's part of the contract. We all sign a contract. What we don't realize, we all sign contracts. That arbitration clause is in that contract. I don't care if you're a cable man, a car dealership man. I don't give a damn. That arbitration contract is in there. And so they just want to make sure they have the final say rather than all the facts getting out. And typically in arbitration, they settle. But you don't know what happened. And so with Flores, I think he just recently filed to have that situation looked at out of arbitration. I don't know how you can beat it because it's a legally binding contract. NFL been doing it for years, not just NFL, but like all major businesses. But yeah, man, I think there was some credence to it. I really do, because when you reflect back on it, and the fact that when he had Fitzpatrick starting and he replaced Tua several times for he was trying to win. But
Absolutely.
they didn't want him to win. They didn't want him to win. They were trying to get Justin Herbert. But anyway, yeah, man. So.
Listen, man. My phone on 1%. Now it's finna cut off. It says overheating. Damn.
All right. So listen, we have to pick back up. We'll check I'll check back on Ace a little bit later. There's a couple other things we wanted to run past, but we go ahead and wrap things up for the day. And saying we look at the next availability where we can go back on and kind of continue and catch up with whatever's going on at that point. Okay, with that being said, I guess that 1% went pretty quick. No doubt. Well, anyway, listen, appreciate you joining us. You had a chance to join us. Make sure you subscribe. Hit us up on the thumbs up. Come on in, and if you want to join us to be on the show, make sure you go ahead and check us out on the shows. You can always find me right here at this DJBlongstudio.com. That's my email address right there. Sports Fanatics is the topic. Go to the channel. DJBlongstudio.com. There's some other things that's sitting on the channel for you as well. We got some music. We got some other topics that I think you might enjoy. So go in, make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to keep me alive, as they would say. And we'll get back to you. We'll hit you up with a notification. We'll hit you up with an email. Hey, listen, we're getting ready to go on the air. We're going to talk a little bit more sports. But there's some things we didn't get into today, but obviously we will definitely try to get into them on the next time around. All right? Well, with that being said, appreciate everybody that joined. Appreciate you. Let the people know. Catch us the next time. And so we can go ahead and make this thing happen again and again and again. Alrighty. This is Johnny One, DJ B Long. Obviously, tonight I'm Bingo, the analyst, the narrator, the moderator. But I also get on the ones and twos, or should I say the CDs, ones and twos, or should I say the Bluetooth, or should I say the USB, anything that brings the music. I also do that as well. So make sure you go to the channel, check it out, see what we got for a variety for you. Okay. In the meantime, be safe, peace out to you, and we'll see you the next time.